I feel like this is one of those artists that almost all K-pop fans know who he is, but in case you don't, 10. 10 debuted in NCT in 2016. He's a member of Wavy. He is a member of Super M. This is one of the guys at SM and in the NCT world. He's had some singles, but this is officially his debut project. So, 8 years after debuting with the company in groups, he's finally getting his solo. I know fans have been waiting for this and are very, very excited. He gave us 6 songs. It's called 10, the first mini album. Very self explanatory. I feel like if I had an album, it would be like, Emily, I'm here. Or it's me. Like, put some sass into that first title. Like, be scared, bitches. Like, do something. Do something. No shade. I'm just kidding. So, the single is called Nightwalker. This is very interesting. Okay. Great bass line. I like the bass. I like the beat. The verses in this one feel very Taemin coded to me. I could picture Taemin singing this. I was like, okay. I vibe with this. I'm feeling it. There's some nice syncopation in there. And it feels like it's building to something really interesting. That pre chorus. Yes. Sing at 10. I love the pre chorus. It's probably my favorite part of this whole song. You have some interesting strings in there. Really beautiful and a great switch up. It's a special vocal moment. It's special. It's unique. I like this moment of the song. Really, really nice. And then the chorus drops. This is where I'm kind of on the fence. The chorus isn't what I was expecting. It's not as dynamic as the verses and that pre chorus would lead me to believe. It works okay. It feels kind of like a chilled out Muse track, if you're familiar with the British group Muse, their rock group. But this really doesn't go anywhere. The chorus doesn't go anywhere. I can hear what they were going for, and I think they get really close, but it's not quite there. It doesn't get quite there. I like the instrumental bridge with those ad libs. That's cool. But I kept thinking when I was listening to this song, this was made for 10 to dance to. I bet the music video is going to be great because the song was just like, all right, but it didn't quite get there. But you can tell with the beat and the stuff going on, this was made for choreography. So let's talk about the music video. Yes. Okay. This music video is a little creepy. A little creep there, 10. Whoa. Very different. And I like that. I like that they're giving us a concept that you don't see with every K-pop group or artist. I review so much music and I watch so many music videos that, to be honest, they all start blending into one. You know, it's so similar. It's so similar. So it's always exciting when something's a little different. And this music video for Nightcrawler is very different. 10 gave us something where he plays a creepy kind of villain really well. 10 can really do that. And that's not necessarily what I would have thought of if I was like the creative director. It totally works. The choreography is menacing and cool, and it shows off his skill. If you don't know, 10 is an amazing dancer. In my eyes, that's what he's known for. And that's what I always kind of look out for when I'm watching Super M or Wavy or NCT. Like, here comes 10. He's going to kill the dance moves. He always does. The bridge part in the parking garage is awesome. Favorite part of the music video. It's what I pictured when I was listening to the song, and they execute it very, very well. Obviously, the dancers are great, but 10's a superstar. Styling wise, we get some dramatic looks. We get some different looks here, and I'm not mad at it. The one where he's like kind of the mad scientist, so different. That hair, the whole thing, that's kind of weird and unique for a K-pop video. You don't see that all the time. And it felt like something you would see in a K-drama, like, ooh, that guy's scary. That was really well done. I thought I liked the outfits. The black outfit in the parking garage was my favorite with like the cutouts. I also love the open chest silver pant look. That's like full villain mode. Yeah, I'm here for it. I'm never going to complain about that. He looks scary at the end. Can we talk about that? That moment where he looks down and looks back up and has this really scary smile. And maybe I'm wrong, but I think he didn't have any eyebrows. There was something facially that was very off putting. So, shout out to the creative team because it did kind of conjure up feelings of being uncomfortable and creeped out. And as much as I love 10, I don't want to run into that guy in a parking garage, like ever. That's a nightmare. So well done, because normally I wouldn't say that. And I like this concept. I like that he's leaning in to a dark, creepy, weird concept. It's very far away from a cool, sexy, suave K pop guy. And that's exciting. It's different. And again, I'm not sure if that's what I would picture with 10. 10 can do a lot of different things. So you can put him in a lot of different concepts and they would all work. This is great. And it goes with the song. The song is creepy. The song is stalking. I buy it. I buy the whole thing. This is yet another case of, for me, where the song was okay and the music video was really well done. I liked the music video more than the song. But I liked some of the songs on this project. So let's talk about my album picks. My standout tracks on 10's first mini album: Dangerous, Shadow, and Lie With You. Dangerous sounds like a Michael Jackson track. He actually, I mean, I think he has a song called Dangerous. But this one sounds like a Michael Jackson track, smooth funk, and I like this sound a lot for 10. Like Michael, 10 has a thinner voice that floats really well on a funky dance track like this. I couldn't stop dancing to this one. I couldn't stop listening to it. I came back to this one over and over again. And I just think, like, again, a thin voice isn't a knock. That doesn't mean bad. It's just the quality of it. Michael Jackson, I love Michael Jackson's voice. And it's very memorable. I think 10 can lean into this. And if he wants to do this vibe and this feel moving forward, it would be a smart move because with his instrument, it works really, really well. I loved this song. This is like, yes, yes. I was listening to the album and I was like, okay, okay. And when it got to Dangerous, I was like, finally, I like this. This is good, good. So Dangerous is a hit. Shadow is a mid-tempo R&B track. I love the beat, strong bass here. And I think where the bass really adds to it and works, it's a nice contrast to 10's kind of higher range. So there's a lot of really pleasing things to the ear with Shadow. I like those runs in the pre chorus. This track is pulled back. This is a little more mature and subdued, and I love it. I love this. I think, again, speaking of what I would do with 10, I like this. I think he can do R&B, he can do Michael Jackson dance funk. I lean into those songs the most, specifically with his vocal range. So this one I really liked. And I liked the grown, you know, a little sexy from 10, a little grown, a little mature. Yeah, yeah, I'm here for this one. And then my last song, totally different. It's Lie With You. This wasn't all English, a very different sound from the rest of the album. But for me, the lyrics sold it. So it's kind of I think you can take it different ways. You can take it as like wishing a one night stand could be more. Um, and you can also take it as maybe being in a relationship and knowing it's over, but kind of let me lie with you one more night. You know, he says in the lyrics, I know we won't last, and you know it too. So, baby, while it lasts, let me lie with you. This reminds me so much of I Can't Make You Love Me by Bonnie Raitt. If you don't know that song, I'm going to put in the playlist. You want to listen to the playlist, go over to Patreon. That song is like the saddest song ever in the history of songs. It's so sincere and simple and devastating. And there's a part in that song because she's kind of realizing her partner doesn't love her. and he never will. And she has to kind of break up with him and move on. And it's so sad. And there's a part where she says, like, morning will come and I'll do what's right. Just give me till then to give up this fight. So very similar to the lyrics here. Like, let me lie with you one more night. We both know this isn't going to work, but let me just lay here next to you for one more night. Ugh. Ugh. That's so sad. That is so freaking sad. That is like devastating. Devastating. So I kind of thought that. And then I also thought if this is more of like a one night stand where he's just trying not to catch feelings, pretending he doesn't care or like the girl, but trying to stay in it as long as he can, that reminds me of Stay With You by Sam Smith. So there's a sentiment here that's really nice. And I think based on who you are and your experiences, you can relate to it in different ways. Great songwriting. Shout out to the songwriters on this one. This more indie rock sound, it fits with 10. I think if he wanted to go this direction, he could. It's not my favorite. You know, I'm more of like an R&B, soul, hip hop, funk type of gal. So indie rock isn't totally my favorite thing. But the sentiment of this song is so well done. And it's interesting that it's heartbreaking, but you have this like poppy, happy sound musically. Interesting track. And I think even though I love Dangerous, Lie With You has stayed in my head the most. I think it has the catchiest hook on the album. So this is a good project. It's interesting though, because I think what works for it also works against it because it's maybe not the most cohesive album. There's a lot of different stuff. It's kind of like they're showing us, well, 10 can do this and he can do this and he can do this. I don't know. I don't know if we have an identity for 10 as a solo artist after this album. I think we know he can pull off different styles, and that's not a bad thing at all. But selfishly for me, I want to know who are you and have it be very clear and very focused. I think this project is lacking a true identity. So that's kind of my take on it. It's not bad at all. There's some great songs on here. But if I was to talk about the album as a whole, that's kind of the thing I walked away with. Like there's a lot of stuff going on here, and I'm still not quite sure who he is because from Nightcrawler to Lie With You, those songs couldn't be more different. And like you can have different songs that still tell a cohesive story or have this a similar feeling. Listen to an album by The Weeknd, right? A Stray Kids album, very cohesive. We know who they are. And there's different styles in that. So there's a way to have different styles mixed into your specific identity and flair and have it all be cohesive. This is more completely different styles, completely kind of hand-picked tracks that are very different. And that's not a problem. A lot of people don't care. This is just my personal opinion and like what I want from a solo album. I want to know exactly who you are. And sometimes it's surprising. You're like, oh my goodness, this wasn't what I pictured, but he kills this. I think this one kind of goes all over the place. If I did an album with him, I'm doing Michael Jackson Rock With You. I'm doing that style, that feel, that whole essence, because I think it just feels so natural. Dangerous just felt so natural to me. That said, 10 is really talented. He can do a lot of different things. So it's not a bad thing to show off that he can do different genres, different sounds, different identities. I just want to know which one is the most true to him. And I think this was a good first solo project. I'm looking forward to what's next. It's time for my rankings from 10's solo debut release. 10, the first mini album. He gave us 6 songs. So these are my rankings from least favorite to favorite. Number 6 on 10. Number 5, Nightwalker. I loved the music video more than the song. Number 4, Water. Some cool elements in that song. Number 3, Shadow. Yes, I'm here for this R&B stuff. Number 2, Lie With You. And my number 1 song, the song I kept going back to, Dangerous. This is my favorite track off of 10's new album. He gave us a lot of different sounds, a lot of stuff going on in this album. It's a good project, and I'm sure fans will be really happy with it. So, congratulations to Ten and his team. You guys did it. And now I'm just excited to see where he goes from here as a solo artist. Ten can go in so many directions based on the sounds on this album. I'm excited to see the next project and kind of where this takes him.